the whole New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve or something.
Yeah.
And we didn't have anything particularly to do, so we said, well, we'll do a quiz. And it just the very day we said that, we did a show called The Word. And Mark Lamar said, oh, I'm getting sacked from this tomorrow. And we said, well, we're doing a quiz, like, next week. It was kind of, and it was the same with Ulrika. She did something that's quite popular on YouTube where she started laughing her head off during the weather.
Yeah.
She got the giggles. And that, like, happened that week. And we thought, well, she seems fun. And we got in, there wasn't any science behind that. I can't remember why we chose Will. Can't remember.
I suppose it seems like, if you got Mark Lamar and Mark Lamar's not there, it seems like a kind of Mark Lamar-like
That's presence. Probably the process we went through. He's like Mark,
yeah. And Mark wasn't doing it because he was doing Buzzcocks. That was the reason he did
I can't remember why Mark packed in. Do you know Mark?
A little bit, but only from years ago again, yeah.
I mean, that's Mark, isn't it?
Yeah.
We wouldn't do I can't remember it, but I imagine one week he said that's it, I'm not doing it anymore, so. Which is a shame.
But it's an amazing show, and I think I was looking at a clip with Frank Boff, where Frank Boff, you've called him B-O-F-F on his, and then he really gets upset about it. He doesn't get that it's a joke. I think. Do you remember this bit?
I can't remember it.
He basically is going, well, you boys are very clever, and I thought this show would be good, but I should tell you my name is spelled B-O-U-G-H, not you've misspelled my name. You go, no, it's Boff.
I remember we had a difficult show. Chris Rea was on.
Right.
And why is that fun? Chris Rea was on. And Ulrika was the team captain, and Chris Rea just sat like that. Say nothing for the whole show, and when we finished, I said, because I knew Chris Rea a bit, what's the matter, Chris? You've got a cob on, haven't you? And we had no idea that he'd returned from some tour or something, and Ulrika had spread the rumour that had got into the papers that he'd got AIDS because they lived in the same village. And he had no idea that, Chris being he's not a telly, he had no idea that this Ulrika woman was on this show. It's absolutely fun.
Did he have AIDS? Why did she say he had AIDS?
It turned out he had pancreatic cancer. And I don't know how well you know that disease, that particular cancer, ladies and gentlemen, but it does lead to terrible weight loss. Because the only way you can off is by super exercise.
Right.
Super exercise. With fire pony. I mean, it was the best thing for us with Shooting Stars was meeting these people, because the guests were just a wish list. It was I'd love to meet him.
And did everyone go along? Because I mean, again, it's these surreal endings where bears are being sent down zip wires into people's faces, or they all go. They know what was going to happen, and they all go along with it.
No, we never told them what the end game would be, because lots of them wouldn't have done it. But there was no way. We had Richard E. Grant on. There was no way he would have done a punishment. But you'll know from telly, if you come the crunch, and we tell Ulrika, say choose Richard.
Yeah.
Choose Richard E. Grant. So I'm going to choose Richard, and his face was like, you fucking. But in front of an audience, you can't say no. So you've got them. So there was quite a few reluctant players.
Yeah. But it didn't. I don't think it ever felt like. It always felt like an inclusive thing. It didn't feel like you could do something like that. And some TV shows do things like that, and you feel these are people being bullied or people made to look stupid. To me, it always felt like it was an inclusive thing.
Yeah, I don't know. People say, people would come back and want to do it again. But I mean, it's like it's what telly does to you in that sense. Because there was a dancer off Strictly Come Dancing,
right?
And me and Jim, being little kids, but we didn't like him. He's maybe called Brendan, or he's Australian, I think, or something.
There is one called Brendan.
And we just stupidly took that, like we didn't think didn't like him. And we had a game where we do it a lot in what we do. You pick up something like a steel bar and it's real, but you drop it and pick up the one next to it, which isn't. And we were dropping whole Edam cheeses on him. And we had the false ones. And for some reason on that, oh, fuck it. Fuck this. Fuck this Brendan, man. From that fucking dancing show. And Edam has got a bit of heft to it, you know, like. Because he's fucking Brendan from that, he took him.
Yeah.
Which was almost sweeter. And we laid a massive turkey on someone that had gone completely rank. Been hanging out. I can't remember who that was, but no, people were fine with it, yeah. Generally speaking.
Apart from when you decide to take vengeance on
there was
them
just that
in
one.
cheese-based vengeance.
That fucking Brendan, man. He might not be called Brendan.
I'm gonna ask
Do you know the one I mean?
Yeah. Brendan Cole.
It turned out he's really nice as well. He was really nice.
Oh, I've got to ask. I've got a cash new thing called Cash for Questions, where someone's given me some cash to ask you a question. This is Nick Gage has paid £60 to ask you. He's paid for about. I'm trying to work out what it is about.
Why are you running here, Richard?
He's paid about a quarter of George's wages for George. George, the sound guy who can't turn the sound on properly. So we might discount that from his. It's just because we wanted to film it this time and we couldn't afford to film it, so we've made people pay for things. You know, it's changed the whole tone.
Well,
of the show.
I was burgled last week or the week before, and on the net. Have you seen these wireless cameras you can get that connect to your phone?
Yeah.
And I don't want to put him out of a job or whatever, but it's HD quality.
Yeah.
And you could just put it there, like that.
Yeah.
And I don't think you'd notice the difference.
No.
I don't think so. What they do now for an ID parade is because the wife came downstairs and the burglar was in the living room. Mm-hmm. And he ran away, and she said, I know what he looks like. And like in my days, it was just you get 10 people, they've got to be the same colour, but you get just 10 blokes, can you pick them out? But now they go to like this video suite, where you get, so there was 8, I think it was,